cars. And this is the quest for details. Welcome. Yesterday in California we had our first rains. And it's been a long dry season, so in North America and the part of the West Coast where I'm at, it's been incredibly dry. For 3 months we have no rain, and then the wet season starts. Oh, you guys, had to pull over to record this. We are on our way rock hounding. Let's go rock hounding. I've been working way too much. And it's what, the first week of October. We have about 30 days till the national election here in America. I live here in Northern California, which is the rural end of California. We're a long ways from Hollywood, a long ways from LA, about 50 miles north of San Francisco in the hills. And everybody here is going nuts if they weren't already nuts. It's a crazy state. It's the West. That's the short of it. There's always been a battle out here between it being the Wild West or it being the super controlled, over-regulated version that it's kind of become lately. And yeah, the world is crazy right now. I can't think of a spot in the world that isn't a little crazy. So I've been kind of out of it. I've been gone. I apologize. I've been busy, kind of half in my own head, dealing with my own darkness and demons, and then half just looking at the world in shock and awe, going, WTF, right? So, trying to slap myself out of it. I've turned off the TV, I've turned off everything. Get out, I'm just gonna be away from all of the vibration that is pointed at the populations, and so that's the goal right now. Let's go look at some very pretty rocks. We're gonna go over to some sedimentary layers that are part of the Franciscan Formation here in California. And there are some really beautiful Jaspers coming out of that with reds and yellows and orange mixes, and the water has finally gone down in the lake. It's an actual man-made reservoir, as most of our lakes are here in California. And so the water has dropped, as it is the end of the dry season, and we should go look at how much it's dropped, how much Jasper is being exposed now before it rains and fills back up, which hopefully it will do. Just remembering the words of a Buffalo Springfield song. So let's head out on this broken, cloudy day, and we will we'll go look for some rocks. You're invited with me. Sorry for the incredibly long intro, but just want to let you know I'm here. Let's go rock hounding. The lake that once was the town of Monticello and now is the flooded Lake Berryessa. We're gonna go about halfway down it on this shore. It's a massive lake. That's the Blue Ridge on the back there, Mount Vaca, Vacaville directly on the back side of it there. If you climb straight up out of Vacaville to the towers that you can see, you'll be looking down on this lake, and those are those towers. Come down here and cross the bridge and wind our way along, and then probably not going to film the getting out and getting down to the water. We gotta go through an old, it was a trailer park that got closed down, and then the fires came through, and so now it's just kind of a ruin zone until they develop it again. But that's the plan. I see there's a well-worn trail from the little parking spot down here now. So the location is in, I've given in each video since I discovered this spot. Just so you know, there are many spots. You gotta look for the rock outcroppings that come down, and just not the big muddy sections of the lakeshore, and you'll find big Jasper deposits. This was the best one I ever found in my life. I instantly shared it with everybody. And for the people that have got back to me and shown me what they found, that I really appreciate that. That's pretty darn cool. But yeah, it looks like it's definitely a spot now. It's all good. Let's go see what's here. So we just park at the top and we walk on down here. And these were all old trailers. This was a trailer park with like 150 people, homes that got evicted. They've been here for ever when I was a kid, for 30 or 40 years or something, and so they all had their own yards, you know, like a double wide trailer, a big old permanent trailer park. But this whole area, this 20 miles or so, no, just like 20 acres or something here was all, I mean, there's the inlet that we're on, and it had docks and piers and mini stores and a campground and all that. So to come back here and all the human beings are gone. I was actually living up here in my neighborhood that's nearby when they evicted everybody and tried to evict us. A huge gentrification push, in my opinion, on this whole lake. But that's what all of this is. This is landscaping. This would have been like a trailer and a person's division, the next trailer and the next trailer, and all these roads that wind through it. I mean, it's a huge neighborhood. You know, a small town, and it's gone. But here's the inlet. This is what I've been curious about. We had such record rains that it sat for halfway through the summer without going down. There's actually very little of the shore showing right now. But yeah, this is the little inlet. And all of that was trailer parked out there too. You can look and see all the ornamental non-native trees and stuff. And this little shore is our highest Jasper deposits. They go all the way around actually, though. Once you're in the area, like anything, if it's not exactly where the X was on the map, look around, because that's just an indication that you're in the right zone. Ooh, yeah, this is really high. Usually we're 100, 200 feet lower. But it is what it is. And so we'll see what's showing on the Jasper shores. Look at this well-worn trail. Somebody's dead raft. Yep, those were all beautiful yards and stuff. But right as you get down here, there's usually just awesome stuff. And I said I gave this location away, and I mean, I got friends on Instagram that sent me pictures that drove all the way down from other states and stuff and showed me what they found. So it's been picked over. But like I say, the water's come up. Under there is an old town. And wow, yeah, we were at the tippy top. Usually we walk down here and this just slopes off. And not currently. Currently there is not much showing, but there is enough. Really cool geology here. See, you're instantly into the Jasper. This place is thick, so these are all like southeast Oregon grade at least. You can see it's what I'd call a little less silicated, but it's all over right here. This stuff cabs up great. You know, here's the greens, and I brought the spray bottle. So good color on that and everything. Here's a more silicated one. This one has that confetti jasper look to it. But what's the most exciting thing about this spot, besides literally all of these pieces of jasper? Are you okay? He always tries to drink water while he's swimming. Is that there's super shiny, high silicated jaspers here with just crazy plumes in them and stuff. And so that's what we're gonna high grade through looking for first. But yeah, literally this whole place is the Jasper Shores. And you can see that even though the water stripped it down and changed everything, there's just more emerging and more emerging. So this is some landscape of just chewed up jaspers, every piece. Oh, he's so happy. And this goes straight down at a V. These are old canyons. We're at the top, the very top of hills. That was a deep valley there. Oh, it's like the perfect depth for you. You can just walk around. Yeah, he's gonna enjoy this. And we're far away from people. So, let me get my head together, because otherwise I would just spin around and babble the whole time, because yeah, look. Jasper, 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 Jasper! Not even joking. It's literally just clay with crazy jaspers sticking out of it. But it goes all the way down. And yeah, we're here. Yay. Look at the axles and pieces of metal that they used to hold the boulders up to retain the shore. Half of that's asphalt, but half of that itself is jaspers. See them in there? Just this. You can see the pattern sticking out of it there. Let's walk this back over and spray it. It'll work mostly in the shade here, because sometimes, oh, that's better lighting. So these boulders are, they have rhyolite pattern, update jasper pattern. But look at that, look at the candy stripe in here. See the alternating pinks, light pinks and dark pinks. All the layers, that goes all the way through. It tightens up in some zones. Turns into other color. Look at the aqua swirls coming through those lines. That candy stripe is all the way through. And look at the top of it. This is the one that I call confetti. All those different where it's the big blotches. This is one of the sources where you can get that. And this one has some cool greens in here, right? Yeah, so that's the top on it, and then you turn it to the side and it's all that candy striping. And that's what these big boulders are. That's how big Jasper boulders come in. Look at my Loch Ness monster, he's so happy. There's so few places to be free in California anymore. Ahoo! And right here where I'm trying to film, look at this piece. That's it in the sunlight. We'll haul it over here and give it a spritz. Ooh yeah. Yep, look at all the greens. Do we want to go in the sunlight with that? I think it might be actually better in here. The green, yellows, reds. Where's the funfetti side of this? Here it is. Yellows, greens. Solid piece of that. Drop that in there. Every single piece here, some of it's just plain, real bricky looking stuff. A lot of reds. A lot of reds. Let's take a little walk. You don't want to get stuck in one spot because there's so much good stuff. Oh, that one's pretty cool. You can see the outside of the boulder would look like that. And then it goes into like a green. And then into this yellow. And look at the crazy snake. That's pretty wild. It's got the center veining through there, but I think we'll leave that one there. It's got some fractures, so I think it's just cool as it is. There's this little guy I set up to look at. Ooh. Yeah. See, these are pre-made little tumblers, you know? See the colors in that one. I just want to show you every single rock here, but we do not have the time. But here's just thick layers. This one has like a gold zigzaggy going through the brickwork. This one's got kind of cool quartz veining through it, and then the red and the yellow. No, we can high grade at the end. I always get too much and I can barely make it up that hill. This one has a lot of that green, mucolite, and brown and red kind of blotchiness to it. So many. Look at these freaking boulders. So yeah, just look in that shot. Just look at the Jasperness. This one's real agate. It's got a lot of Jaspergate going on with it. You can see the fine chalcedony vein work all through there. And the whole thing is that mix of reds. And here's a good look as to what's inside this boulder. It's a brachiated Jaspergate, brachiated Jaspergate. There you go, with the glare off of it. This is the source point where I have been taking those cabs and stuff that I've been making and putting on Instagram and stuff like that. And yeah, this is where that material comes from. That's a nice chunk there. That side of it's got some nice clean super silicated stuff. And the background is awesome. See, every single rock that you see before you here basically is Jasper. Every single one of these. I'm trying to find, of course, the prettiest. There's real striking yellow and red contrast on that one. Real tight material. You could use that borderline in something for sure. We're just gonna flip, ooh, right there. So there's another choice piece. These are the pieces that I come here for. So it's got a lot of agate to it. And a lot of my favorite colors. And just a tight silicate of the whole thing. So there's your agate. Look how big that is going through there. See that? Just pure chalcedony goodness. And then the striations, the super brachiated, agatized stuff on the top here, all the way down. There's a layer of that until you can see the burgundy and the light pink, and into that crazy agate stripe with actual thunderbolts going through it, and then more layers, little veinings of chalcedony. And yeah, just a good little piece there. That's a representation of the best stuff here. And that's why we really need to go over each of these. I mean, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's beautiful. Look at the colorations in there. But now that I've seen that piece again, I remember what I'm doing. Here's one here. You can see it too. It's just a little less chalk. This stuff still polishes to a fine level, you know. Super shiny. This stuff starts off a little bit shiny, so and you can kind of tell by how it's broken. It's super kind of rounded. And yeah, there's a little chunk of its veins tend to fill in more with the chalcedony, the blue clear chalcedony, as I understand. The entire rock here is chalcedony because it's Jasper, so you have the chalcedony that we call agate in here that's banded, and you have the stone that is incorporated into, the rock, which is comprised mostly here of chalcedony, which we call Jasper. Yeah, that is there's our colors that we're looking for. So that goes into the bucket. So let's see what else is in this little pile here. Kind of what it is. Just gonna flip some of these over. So you never know which one will just have that. Oh, stuff like that in it. Oh, yeah. Okay, look at that crazy pattern right there. You see that from the fiery oranges and reds and stuff, and look how it transfers. Those are all silicated back in, those cracks. That's a completely smooth surface, but where there was any fractures it resilicated. Try and get that glare off. Yeah, look at the colors in that. You see that? That's just... There's like the rind of the stone, the outer chalky part. So any of these borders that you see can have just crazy stuff on the inside. Rind, crazy stuff on the inside. You can see the back of that's probably all rind. You know, like a rough whatever, and then you get to this more glossy interior. You can literally see the grade improve as you get farther inside. And then just look at the pinks and oranges in there. All the way around to that there. That's like the eye of the storm on some, you know. Look at the little outlining. Chalcedony there. It goes all along the edge of that olive green, yellow. The larger fire. That's awesome. That is awesome. So much of this. So it's here, and the shore is 1 billion miles long. And while you will pull up to a lot of it, and it will be decomposing mud, crud, other sections of it will be really rocky like this, and that's where you want to look. Oh my gosh, I just had to walk up here past these boulders of Jasper, and there's just so many crazy rocks. We're gonna have to come back here a whole bunch. We can again. Let me show you this one that I was picking up before I had to go call the dogs back. Look at our pile of Jasper here. Jasper. Oh, this one's insane too. Look at that. Look at the swirls and the details up close. We bring you in here so that you can do that. I'm almost speechless. Chalcedony agate veins running all through there. Again, all of the breaks and fractures in this are long re-healed with chalcedony. And the colors are just insane. Look in there. Just the difference between those two reds. Boom. The micro detailing. Far out. Far out. Okay. Yeah, we're literally just sitting here on our knees in one spot on this huge thing of gravel, flipping these over and finding this, and then our bucket will fill up, and then I'll have to go, and years fly by. I'm glad we're here again. So is Mars.